Communication Error.
Welcome to episode 57 of Communication Error, a gaming debate podcast where we may not always agree, but if we listen to what one another has to say, maybe we'll be able to fix our communication error. I'm one of your hosts, Cheesy, and the man who, listen, called me the biggest loser last week might be the biggest loser this week because the Phillies came to town to play the Colorado Rockies, and the Rockies, one of the worst baseball teams in the league right now, beat the best team in the league right now twice in a row. John Ebo, how you doing, man?
It was not twice in a row. It wasn't twice in a row. They did win the series.
Mm-hmm.
But the Phillies still have the best record in baseball. Phillies lost again today. They're not looking as good as they have been, but that's okay. There's 162 games in the season.
So you're saying there's a chance for the Rockies?
There is. Like if they win at like a 70% clip, they could get a.
We're 3 in a row right now. So
yeah, I saw something that they won before the Phillies beat them the other day. They won 5 in a row at home or something.
Yeah.
So it's that Mile High City. It's all that those extracurricular activities that people participate out there in.
You know that maybe you don't know this, but it was like a couple years back. I know that sports teams were wanting to ban playing in Colorado because of the altitude. Like they just think it's an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I understand like why they would want to, but like the Rockies haven't been good for a while. The Broncos haven't been good for a while.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I did notice when the Sixers played the Nuggets, they struggled out there. I'm not sure about hockey. The hockey team's pretty good out there too, right?
Yeah, the Colorado Avalanche. I mean,
have them play in a lower altitude. See how good they. So if they're barely like if their baseball and their football teams are not doing well in with this advantage, like can you imagine how bad they are without the advantage?
Maybe. But anyway, how was your weekend? What did you do?
My weekend was okay. I actually played a lot of games, a lot more than I typically do.
A lot of Paper Mario.
It's Paper Mario, but mostly Balatro.
What do you mean? Balatro? Paper Mario just came out. You're playing Balatro still?
Yeah, and I really do like Paper Mario. I played, I think, 7 hours of Paper Mario, which is a decent amount for like a weekend. But I probably played like 15 hours of Balatro.
Unbelievable.
I do like Paper Mario, but like I don't know. I can only play so much. There's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of reading in that game.
Oh, you're reading. You're not just like mashing through it?
Well, the dialogue's actually okay. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not boring, typical video game dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny.
Very
clever, charming. Yeah. So yeah, I don't mind it. There are times where I find myself like spacing out and then I forget like, oh, what did they tell me I have to do?
Yeah.
But
I love the writing in it. There's one moment where they like find out that Peach has been kidnapped and you're like playing as Bowser at this point.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the only one that can kidnap her.
Yeah, who would do that other than me?
The Bowser section was pretty fun. The Peach section so far have been meh.
I've only played one part. So I'm just in the woods. The boogly woods.
Yeah, okay. I finished the woods part. That is just an advertisement for Pikmin. I don't know if you got to that part yet, but it is just Pikmin.
No, that's so. I mean, I know the creature that you're talking about, but
you'll once you get to once you actually do the gameplay in the chapter, you'll be like, oh my god, it's just Pikmin.
Okay, that's funny.
I forget what they're called. They're called like Punies or something. Or
Punies. Yeah,
Punies. So they got that P in there, and they have the little light bulb head,
and it ends with an I. So I think,
Pikmin doesn't end with an I. What are you talking about?
Nope. Yeah.
But no, like it has a counter of like how many you have like with you, so it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Spoilers, sorry. But it's like pretty it's what you have to do in that chapter, so it's not like anything special.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy it. It's a very good game. I definitely like it more. So before this, I only played Sticker Star, Origami King, and some of Super Paper Mario. So this is like the first traditional Paper Mario I've played.
So you didn't even try Paper Mario on the N64 or on
I don't
the
think so.
N64
N64
app?
games are terrible, so I don't like playing them.
I feel like that one would actually do pretty well though, just because
That
it's
one
an
might
RPG.
be because
like,
it's not like there's
you're
no
not.
camera issues probably.
Yeah, yeah. That might be the only N64 game that still holds up.
Possibly, yeah. There's no
Huh.
other games that hold up. They're all terrible, all trash.
Every single one of them.
Every
There's not
single
another
one.
one.
No.
You don't have any attachment to any old N64 games?
No, it's probably because I never owned one. Like I had a Super Nintendo, and then I had Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, DS, but I never had an N64 of my own. Like I would only play it at my friend's house, and then I got the GameCube when that came out, and that was it.
Do you know what it was like to play like Tony Hawk Pro Skater or have the Rumble Pack or?
Well, I played Tony Hawk
the
Pro Skater
card?
on PlayStation. I played it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
That was where it was good at.
Oh, I don't know. It was still good on the N64. It was good. It was a magical time.
Anyway,
but,
how was your weekend?
Magical times? My weekend was good. I was in Dallas for a convention, like a conference, and so not a convention at all, just like a conference. But I have learned anytime you go to any kind of conference, and anybody that has does this for their job, bring the heaviest jacket you can bring because it is always cold in those rooms. So I was in Dallas and it is blazing hot outside. And then you get into the conference rooms and they just have the AC cranked up. They have fans turned on. Like it is the coldest room that you could possibly be in that moment. So just advice to anybody, bring your biggest puffy jacket. Even if you think you'll look ridiculous, you will be the warmest.
I don't go to conventions because I don't want to be around people.
Yeah. They don't have accountant conventions.
They do. I mean, they have professional development. They have I'm a member of the Pennsylvania Accountants Association or whatever, but I never go to their events.
Okay.
So
they just would be advertising the latest calculator you can use.
I should go there with the Nintendo Switch calculator and be like, you guys, you have to get in on this. You have to get in on it.
You guys are kind of behind if you're not using the Switch calculator. Basically does the job for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you know what doesn't do the job for you is server maintenance, because we actually need people to write in reviews. And I know the way that some people think is hey, this is a great show. I don't need to leave a review because they know it's a good show. And also somebody else will leave a review. No, don't have that mindset. If you haven't written a review yet, please do it. It's free. It helps us out, helps the community out. And then we get awesome guests on the show. We get to hear questions and comments from you. So go to Apple, go to Spotify, leave 5 stars, and we'll read it on the show. How fun is that? You could even, if you wanted to, leave a 5-star review of this script from Shrek, and we'll read some of it. I don't know if we'll read all of it.
Yeah, we're going to have the Shrek episode.
Yeah, or just parts. Each episode we'll get a little further into the script of Shrek.
Hey, 4-hour-long video essays are in nowadays.
That's true. I'm so tempted to click on that video.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good.
For the listeners, give some context.
So Jenny Nicholson, who I've never heard of before this past week, did a 4-hour
blew up. just blew up. Like, I agree with you. Just
Well,
even
apparently she
online
was like
or
really well
Twitter
known
or
like she was really well known before this.
yeah, but like YouTube is just pushing this video
Yeah.
out to so many people.
Yeah, so she did a 4-hour long video essay on the Star Wars hotel in Disney World. And we were gonna, so me and Kelsey are like, well, we were gonna go to it. We had it booked, we had it reserved, and we like heard the reviews and they weren't great. So we're like, let's watch this 4-hour video essay. And it is so good. Jenny is hilarious.
Okay. Knowing you and maybe Kelsey, I'm guessing you guys didn't put the playback speed up at all. It's just
no.
normal.
No, we were actually rewatching it. We have it on in the background. Yeah. I don't know. Her delivery, like, it's the comedy that I just love. Just dry humor.
Yeah.
Like witty. And you can miss it. Like you just miss the joke.
Yeah.
But it's such a good video, especially if you like Disney World and if you were interested in the Star Wars hotel. But it's a very good video. I highly recommend it. It has like 5 million, almost 5.5 million views right now in a week.
The last I checked, it was like 6.9 million or something like that.
4 hours long.
I know.
4 hours long.
So, if you're listening, we're going 4 hours tonight, and
there are some shows out there that actually I'm going to be on the Nintendo Prime podcast on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
And those go like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
that should be fun. I think you guys will have a lot to talk about. But anyway, let's get into the topic. You can follow us on Com Air Podcast on Twitter, Instagram. Follow our Discord. I don't know. Follow us in person.
No, don't do that.
Oh, okay. Johnny says no on that one.
Don't stalk us. Yeah, join the Discord. Follow. Check out the Patreon. All that fun stuff.
Yes. Johnny, what are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about video game adaptations. I know we talked about, I think, theme parks and amusement parks.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever talked about video game adaptations.
No, I think we've kind of like circled around it, but we haven't really talked about that at hand. Like talking about movies and shows and even books. You know, I don't read a lot of video game books that turn into video games or video games that turn into books, but they're out there.
Well, no, there definitely are because there's like Halo books.
The Witcher.
Assassin's was Creed. A book series first.
Right.
Yeah. So The Witcher, I was actually going to talk about this. The Witcher is a adaptation of the books, not of the video games.
Yeah.
The video games are an adaptation of the books.
But then they have a show of the game, or is it of the book?
I think it's the books.
Okay.
I think it follows more of the books than the game.
Yeah. But I know that there's like Assassin's Creed books, there's Five Nights at Freddy's books that I guess are canon to the rest of the story. So if you're like super deep in that lore, you have to read the books.
Minecraft has a ton of books.
Yeah, but I guess like that's the other part is, are they official?
What do you mean official? By like published by? Well, I mean they're licensed.
I guess so.
Like I don't think you could just write a book that's not like write a book about an IP that you don't own without getting the rights to it.
I guess, yeah. Because fanfic is just online. Like you're not making money off of it.
Yeah. No, there's like published books of Minecraft and a ton of things.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about books because I don't know anything about them. There's a lot of words in those things. I don't want to deal with that. So we're talking about.
So hold on. The example though that I have is like a Splatoon. I know that they have the Splatoon manga, but that's not canon to the actual lore of Splatoon.
I mean, I don't know if it's canon, but that doesn't mean it's not official.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, because there's Zelda manga too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know much about the book side of it, so I'm not going to talk about that.
So it's all movies and shows,
All
you know,
movies and shows.
the moving pictures.
Yeah, the ones that I don't have to think that hard. But I think so. Now we're in the year of 2024, and I do think we are in a video game adaptation renaissance.
I would agree. And is that going to be damaging in any kind of way? Like, are we going to get sick of it?
No, I want more. I want more. I need more.
You're getting more. I mean,
after I finished watching the Fallout show, I'm like, I need more episodes now. Give me more episodes.
You're getting more. There's definitely God of War is in the works.
Oh yeah, God of War's in the works.
I'm pretty sure that BioShock is in the works.
Oh really?
I think so. Assassin's Creed is in the works at Netflix.
Oh,
we're getting
sucked.
a Minecraft. What was that?
The Assassin's Creed movie that came out with Michael Fassbender sucks.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but Hannah really enjoyed it.
There's a lot of non-English in there. I think they're speaking Italian most of the time.
Maybe I forget like where they're at.
But
yeah, it also was like not. It didn't stay in the world of like what's the machine that they use to go into the past?
I think it's called the Anubis.
Sure, let's go with that.
Anyway, I don't want to get into like specifics about that movie and how bad it is, but like just where we came from and where we are now is like night and day. Because when you go back to the 90s, probably even before that, I don't even know. But the first thing I can remember is the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah,
the one with John Leguizamo.
Yeah,
and that is bonkers. That movie is bonkers. Like we watched, I think it was the pitch meeting or Honest Trailer, one of them, and they, I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but what they talk about or what the plot is just ridiculous. Bowser doesn't look like Bowser. The Koopas look like Goombas, or the Goombas look like Koopas.
Yeah, the Goombas have like really small heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's like so it's not the Mushroom Kingdom. It's like a alternate New York that they go to. I don't know. It's just bizarre. And I don't know who signed off on that.
Yeah, maybe if we get enough people that like sign up for Patreon, maybe we'll do like a watch party.
Party in Discord or something.
I'll be honest, like I haven't seen that since I was in high school, and I wanted to revisit it during the new Super Mario Bros. Movie. Just never got around to it, and I also think that maybe I wasn't ready for it. But even like after that or before that, we've had Resident Evil movies.
Oh, that was like way after that. That was like,
is it like 2000s?
Yeah, that was in the 2000s.
Okay.
I think we had Mortal Kombat in the 90s. And personally, I actually love the Mortal Kombat movie. The first one. The second one sucks.
Yeah. There's a Doom movie.
There's a Doom movie. There's a Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie. Doom had The Rock in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, this is a good thing. I have this this pulled up. It is from RottenTomatoes.com, and it's a list. If you're watching the video, you could see the list. It's 52 video game adaptations ranked based on the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Okay.
Some of these I'm not gonna even know what they are. And for some reason they had number 1 at the top instead of doing like a countdown, like 52. So I scrolled to the bottom. I went to the worst one.
Okay.
You're probably not even gonna know what this is. I mean, you probably heard of it. It's Alone in the Dark.
No, I don't think I've heard of that one.
So it has 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's worth watching. Then.
It is worth watching. So the synopsis says, when the investigations of supernatural detective Edward Carnby led him to oh man, I clicked on the wrong thing. Something about demons. Led him to uncover a long lost tribe called Abscani. He finds out that they worship demons. So
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I have never seen that movie. I've heard of the game, but I've never seen the movie. Okay.
What's next?
Next is Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li. So this came out in 2009. Michael Clark Duncan is in that movie.
Oh man.
I think I saw it. I do remember it being pretty bad. I don't know. I need to get into like the better ones because I don't think I've ever seen. Apparently, there was a House of the Dead movie that only has a 3% Rotten Tomato score. That was in 2003. In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege Tale. I don't know what that's based on. That's 4%.
We're moving up.
Blood Rain. 4%. That's a vampire movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. That's the second one. That one's really bad. But I do implore people, if you've never seen the original Mortal Kombat from the, I don't know what night, we'll probably see it. You should watch it. It is like good fun. It's very campy. And it's just good stuff. All right, then we got Silent Hill Revelation at 8%. Okay. Hitman. There's a lot. I can't believe there's this many video game movies. Hitman.
But haven't done well.
Yeah, 8%.
And we still, even to this day, have anytime a video game adaptation comes out, it's like, did this break the video game curse? And it's like, I think we've had several properties that have broke the curse or whatever. Like, it's, I don't know. I mean, I think if we talk about where it started good, honestly, I know people will say Sonic, and I know what my answer is, like, it doesn't count, but I think it helps, was Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph was very good.
It's not an adaptation, but the fact that it is based on a video game or several video games was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Well, there is a video game about it now, so.
True.
I'm just going through this list to see like what all these Rotten Tomato scores like I'm at number 29, Ratchet and Clank. Okay. It's 22%.
That came out. When did that come out? That was just pretty
2016,
recent, right?
2016.
Oh, not that recent.
Five Nights at Freddy's, the one that came out last year, is only 32%. I know like critics, it doesn't show the audience score, but like the critics scored. I never really agree with critics.
Yeah.
Because I actually really enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's. The movie.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You didn't.
I think I did.
You've told me several times that you didn't like that movie.
I don't remember saying that. I thought it was okay. Super Mario Bros. That's the original from 1993, 29%.
Okay. I mean, I know that the animated isn't much higher if you're looking at the critics side.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Like all the Resident Evils are in here, like 30-something%. I forgot there was a Monster Hunter movie like a couple years ago.
Oh. I don't know if I've seen that.
Okay, so Mortal Kombat from 1995 has a 47% critic score. I love it. It has such a good soundtrack.
Sorry, headphone users.
It's 90s to a T. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mortal Kombat.
Super Mario Bros. The movie, the one that came out last year, has a 59% critic score.
Do you remember when people saw that score and they were like freaking out, like, oh no, this isn't good?
Okay, so here is a controversial opinion.
Yeah, well, we had to have one, right?
The Super Mario movie from 2023 is not a good movie. It is not good.
Okay,
And there's
wait,
one reason. There's one
hold
reason.
on.
There's one reason. The dog scene. The dog scene ruins it every single time I watch it.
Ruins the whole movie
It
for
ruins
you?
it. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Okay, but you were just saying that you liked the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. You like that more than the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
No, I like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'm not saying I didn't like the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'm saying it's not a good movie. It's a very
Then that means that you
shallow.
don't like it.
It's a very shallow written story. The dog scene is just awful. And I feel like they glorify what's the word? They glorify Bowser, and he's supposed to be the villain.
Okay,
Like,
I see
if
what
you
you're
ask
saying.
if you ask a kid, like, oh, who's your favorite character in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, they're probably gonna say Bowser.
Yeah, because of Peaches.
Yeah. And I don't like that. He stalks Peach.
Uh-huh.
Like he's definitely not a good guy, and people act like he is.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I just think that you're too harsh on it, especially when just saying like the Mario Bros. Movie that we got in the past compared to this Mario movie.
I'm hoping they take what they did with this one for the sequel, and they just don't give us anything in the real world. Like, it should all be in the Mushroom Kingdom. Because I did not like the first, before they get to the Mushroom Kingdom, is a slog.
Oh, I don't know about that. You think it's a slog?
Yes.
Even the scene of like them racing to the next like on-job site,
Well,
and
that's
how that
fun.
is like the first level of Mario Bros.
Yeah, that's fun, but like the whole part with their family and like the dog scene, I can't get over the dog scene.
I know this is really bothering you.
Like, that's what took me out. That's what took me out of it. That's what took me out of it.
Don't have any dogs in the next movie. Johnny Bo will
No, it's
give
like
you
it's
the
like the
worst
typical
score.
Illumination garbage kid scene.
Yeah, but I mean it's a kid movie.
Yeah, I know. Well, they should do it for me. Okay, rant over. So, Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, which I didn't really like the Sonic movies either.
Here we go.
I don't like Jim Carrey. I don't think he's funny.
You don't. That is such a hot take. I get why, but like I don't know. He's pretty fun in that movie. But okay, going back to what has kind of saved video game movies, Sonic kind of helped. Like they put out a
I don't know. All right, I disagree. Detective Pikachu came out before it.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Detective Pikachu 2019. Sonic the Hedgehog 2020.
Damn.
Yeah, it's actually on this list. Detective Pikachu is number 4. And I really liked Detective Pikachu. That was a super fun movie.
Yeah. It's cool to see like the way that Pokemon look in the real world.
And I think the furriness kind of threw me off for a bit.
Yeah.
But I do like it, and I hope they do a sequel. I think they were
Is that
going
greenlit?
to. I don't know if they greenlit it.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, these movies like Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, Detective Pikachu, they're all miles ahead of all the ones that are lower on this list.
Yeah.
Like we're in like the golden age of movie adaptations.
Yes. But again, like most of them aren't doing well for you. Like Sonic didn't really do well for you. Mario didn't really do well for you.
I said I like the Mario movie. I just don't think it's a good movie.
No, I know, but I'm just
I can
saying,
like bad things.
Uh-huh. But enjoyable. Like even Last of Us, you've talked about how you don't like the Last of Us show.
Yeah, because that is a very formulaic. I didn't like how they structured it.
But can you agree that it's like it has helped?
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. No, and so does Super Mario Bros. Like Super Mario Bros. Made $1 billion.
Yeah.
What What was the last movie that made $1 billion?
The
Barbie?
live action Lion King movie.
No.
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, since Super Mario Bros. Lion King didn't come out last year.
No. But that is the movie that they were trying to beat. Was the live action
yeah, that's true.
Lion King.
Yeah, they were trying to catch. Was it Frozen 2 or Frozen
so.
1?
One of them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what any movie that has come out since Super Mario Bros. I think Barbie made $1 billion. Barbie outgrossed it because they were like competing for the top 2 spots.
Mm.
But no, I mean, what it's doing for and now that people know that now that studios and developers know that people want adaptations, like, they're just gonna keep bringing out more and hopefully good ones, except for Halo.
Yeah. Did the second season not do well?
I don't think so. I think people just like forgot about it. I didn't even watch the second season. I watched the first
They
season.
just kind of wrote it off.
Yeah. Master Cheeks.
Yeah.
It was a weird one. It was a weird one. Oh, there is one on this list that I really enjoyed, and it's not a Nintendo adaptation.
What is it?
It's Gran Turismo.
Oh, I still haven't seen that. I need to check that out.
Very good. It's very good. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. It was on Netflix, so we watched it on there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, maybe you want to play Gran Turismo. And we could talk about that then.
But is that an adaptation?
Well, I mean, it's based on a true story.
Right. Of the person that was just playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah, so I think it counts.
But it's not like really about the game itself.
Yeah, that's true. It's more about the guy. Anyway, still a good movie. It's number 5 on this list. So all right, so the top 5: Gran Turismo, Detective Pikachu is number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is number 3.
Okay.
Which I love Knuckles. Knuckles is one of my favorite characters. Video game characters. I didn't watch.
I've not seen the show.
I haven't watched the show yet. Apparently, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Number 2. These last 2, you're not gonna like. You're gonna be like, why? I don't even know what the one is. So there's the Angry Birds movie 2.
Okay. All right. I remember. I don't know if I've seen the second one. I've seen the first one.
I haven't watched either of them. I can't believe Angry Birds is still a thing.
Oh yeah. And now that Sega has bought them.
Like, we went to Top Golf.
Yeah.
And there's a Angry Birds
mode,
and I highly recommend playing that mode, especially if you're with kids and people that are bad at golf like me, because you feel good.
You went to Top Golf a second time?
Yeah, because they opened one up near where I live.
Okay.
And my dad loves golf, and I'm like, oh well, Top Golf just opened, so let's check that out.
Yeah.
And I brought my nephew, and he wasn't having that much fun, which is like the normal Top Golf. But with Angry Birds, he was having fun.
That's cool.
And number 1, which I've heard of this movie, I haven't watched it yet. It's called Werewolves Within.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a horror comedy.
Okay.
I don't know what's based on. I'm just clicking on the thing to see what it's based on right now.
Yeah.
But that's an 86% on, and an 80%
audience score.
So after a proposed pipeline creates divisions within the small town of Beaverfield, a snowstorm traps its residents together inside the local inn. Newly arrived forest agent Finn and postal workers Cecily must try to keep the peace and uncover the truth behind a mysterious creature that has begun terrorizing community. But I don't know what's this. I don't know what's based off of.
Yeah, if it's like PC or PlayStation.
All right. Well, I'll look that up. But yeah, a lot of the the list. The higher up you get, the newer they are. So I think we're in a good spot for video game adaptations, and I think we're just going to get more. I think we're going to get more. Well, we know Borderlands is coming out here in the summer.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know about
But
that movie.
like I'd love the Fallout show. And here's what I wanted to talk about. These companies, the video game companies, need to realize when they release a movie or a show, they should have a game to release alongside of it.
Yeah.
Because I think Fallout, well, when Fallout came out, Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, they all got a huge boost on Steam, and I'm assuming everywhere else. I picked it up on Steam. I picked up Fallout 4 on Steam.
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine if they had a new Fallout game. It would have done bonkers numbers. And I'm assuming, it got renewed for season 2, so
yeah,
hopefully they realize, maybe we should release something.
I think it's tricky though, because like you said, you put out either a new game or a game that is the series that you're watching. Which, if that's the case, then people are just gonna speed run the game, and then they'll be all spoilery online. Or you put out a new game that has nothing to do with the show, but it still is that IP. Like I don't think it's as easy as what you think it is.
The way the Fallout did it was it's a story within the Fallout lore. So, it's about different vaults. It's about different people than what are in the games. And I think that's the perfect way of doing it. The Last of Us, they just put the first game into a TV show.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't change much about it. It was the first game. They adapted that first game. And I think Fallout is successful because it's not just adapting a storyline that we've already seen. Even though Last of Us is doing really well.
It's just tricky either way, because you either do something that is so formulaic to the game, or like copy and paste to the game and make people happy, or not, because it's like, oh, well, this is just like the game. It's not really adding anything new. Or you make a script that is completely new, but is it faithful to the game? And I think that's the balance that you have to try to work out.
Well, I think so. Halo is a perfect example of what not to do with the adaptation. I mean, there's all these stories that came out that the writers have never played a Halo game before.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I want to see Halo 4 storyline or Halo 3 storyline or even the first Halo storyline on TV. I would just like to see a story in that world that respects the source material. So having Master Chief take his helmet off all the time, which he's never done that in the game. It's kind of like a point of, there's how many games now? There's a ton of games that you could pull off of, and they decide all right, well, we got to take his helmet off immediately.
Yeah.
And more, take everything off. But I'm torn on the Halo series because some of the scenes were really cool. Like, a lot of the fight scenes were really cool when he took on the enemies from the games, like the elites.
Yeah, you're talking about the first 10, 15 minutes, right?
Well, there's a cool scene at the end too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's not much of it happening, and that's the problem. You just got to be you have to respect the source material, and I think that's where Fallout is succeeding, and I think that's where Last of Us is succeeding. People love the Last of Us story, so they were happy to see it in live action.
Again, though, I think you have to give Sonic credit because they put out a horrible trailer that had looked nothing like Sonic and just terrifying. And then they were like, okay, wait, we're going to fix this and we're actually going to listen to the fans. Even though the script might have been the same.
Do you ever
No,
think it's
no, not at all.
It's a
Not
market.
at
It could
all.
be a marketing
Not
ploy.
at
It
all.
could be.
Not at
Could
all.
be.
Dude, that's so much money.
But they could have
That's so
had
much
just
money.
like ugly. They could have had ugly Sonic trailer, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry, that's not what we wanted to do." And then I don't know. People do that. They use viral tactics.
I hear you, but I don't know, man. It was so bad.
Do you ever
Like-
see what is it? Is it the Chip and Dale movie
Yeah.
where they had ugly
Yeah.
Sonic?
Yeah. Voiced by Tim Robinson.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
from
who voices it.
I Think You Should Leave. But that wasn't me just saying I think you should leave. That's the name of the show.
No, I know.
But
I get it.
if you want to, that's fine too.
Yeah, well, I think now, I don't know, Sonic. Yeah, I understand that they changed it, and the movies were well received.
You know, okay, wait. That's why I thought Sonic came out before Detective Pikachu, because I'm pretty sure we got trailers for Sonic before Detective Pikachu. And that's Sonic got pushed a year. So I think it was supposed to come out before Detective Pikachu.
Probably.
Yeah. So then when we saw Detective Pikachu, people were praising, like, that is what you do. Like, that's how you listen to the fans and give them what they want.
Yeah. I mean, they did. I mean, they supposedly did change it, so that's good. Good for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now Sonic is one of the more successful movie franchises. They even, now they have the Knuckles show.
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow they get Idris Elba and now Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, man. Yeah.
To
playing Shadow.
To voice these characters. But their games are still bad. So what they have to do is they have to figure out how to put the quality of the movies into the games.
Which is bad? Oh, the quality of the movies into the games.
Yeah, because the games are bad. The games are still bad.
Gotcha.
I don't know how they could be bad for 30 years and still be around.
Well, yeah, I think even if you talk to Sonic fans, even they have like a love-hate relationship with the IP.
Yeah, Sonic has always struggled to find its voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody knows what Sonic is.
Yeah.
But have those people ever even played the games? Like, Sonic is, like, if you see Sonic on a sign, you're gonna know it's Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's as recognizable as Mario.
So what you need to do is just bring humans into the game, which maybe
they have done that. Sonic 2006.
Okay.
He falls in love with a human.
Oh.
Yeah. Sonic games are bad. All right, Sonic games are bad. Collection Revolution, I'm sorry to break this to you, but Sonic games are bad.
Wow. All right. Tell us how you really feel. The floor is yours.
And that is not because I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was so annoyed that Mario didn't have a game release around the movie last year.
I know. I heard all about it.
It was dumb. I know we did get one later in the year, and now we're also seeing, I feel like the timeline of the games that are coming out this year should have been pushed back a year or pushed up a year. Yeah, pushed up a year.
Like released
Paper
Wonder.
Mario should have released last May or June. Luigi's Mansion should have released last summer. Like,
yeah.
Now you're riding off the wave of a movie that came out a year ago.
Interesting. So are you saying that you would have wanted Tears of the Kingdom to come out this year?
No, I'm saying Tears of the Kingdom,
year?
They could have coincided. Not everybody that likes Zelda likes Mario. Not everybody likes Mario likes Zelda.
Yeah, but I mean, they only put out one game a month.
Well, they could have put Tears of the Kingdom out in May, Paper Mario in June, Luigi's Mansion in July, and then Mario Wonder in October. and then Super Mario RPG. And then, well, actually, Peach. Honestly, Peach should have released last year. Because Princess Peach in the Super Mario Bros. Movie was really cool. And they should have released Princess Peach Showtime last year around the movie.
Yeah.
They dropped the ball.
So what are you wanting with the Zelda movie? Because we know a Zelda movie is being made. We don't have a release date yet. We don't know who's going to be in it. We know that Wes Ball is directing it. I don't know if he's also the writer, but he is the director of the Maze Runner movie and then the new Planet of the Apes movie.
I want Link to talk. That's all I really want.
That's all you want?
That's all I really
just for
need.
Link to talk? I think you're going to get it.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
So I went to see the Planet of the Apes movie.
Oh, you did?
I enjoyed it, but
Okay.
there is not a lot of talking.
Huh.
Especially in the first hour is very slow. Not a lot of talking. Okay. And I could see them doing that with Link.
But like so in that movie, The Planet of the Apes, because I didn't see it, the main character isn't talking a lot?
Not very much. There's not a lot of talking at all between any of the characters. And I mean I can see that. It does give me hope because it was a good movie. It was very enjoyable. Mm-hmm. And I don't think, based on what we know, they're working very closely with Miyamoto.
Yes.
For the Zelda movie. And I don't think we're gonna get like a Super Mario Bros. 1994 version.
No, I don't think so either.
Or even the CDI games or whatever. Excuse me, princess.
I mean, you gotta have that in there. You gotta have that. But no, I mean, I don't know how you could get worse than the Mario movie, the live action. Well, I mean, they are working with that.
Yeah, are they working with that company? Yeah,
it's Sony.
Yeah. So Morbius and Madam Web. Yeah, they're good. It could be really bad. It could be really bad.
Especially how Avi Arad likes to get his hands in on the project, and Miyamoto is also very stubborn. So I don't know. I can see.
Now, do you want it to be a brand new storyline, or do you want it to adapt one of the games? And if so, which game?
I think you see. Oh, that's another part of this is that yes, you're catering to the fans, but there's also people that have never played your game before, and if you get too into the game, maybe you lose that audience who.
I don't think so. I mean, the good thing about Zelda is each game essentially has a different lore and different story behind it.
Yeah, true.
So
I kind of think,
and they have the ability to do whatever they want, really, because Link is supposed to be reincarnated.
Yeah, but they probably are going to do something to Breath of the Wild, right? Because that is the most successful.
Yeah. I would think if they were going to adapt something from the games, it would be like the Breath of the Wild timeline.
Yeah.
Or style. Yeah. So I don't know, have you ever watched Toys That Made Us?
No, I've never seen Toys. I've seen movies, and I think there's one other one, but yeah.
So the Toys That Made Us, I think there's one for Ninja Turtles and Transformers, stuff like that. Yeah. And I think the video game adaptations are trying to do the same thing. They are just putting out this media to sell games. So they want more people to know the IP. They want more people to buy the games. Like, I don't think
for context, for the listeners, the Toys That Made Us, what was it that they were doing?
So for the Toys That Made Us, the whole reason of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show was to sell the toys. Mm-hmm. And Power Rangers, sell the toys.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of those shows. They were just advertisements. And I think that's what these video game adaptations are trying to do too. So I don't think we're gonna see. I don't think we're gonna see like Oscar award winning scripts, and
I think one day we will.
I don't know. Well, I guess Last of Us did win a bunch of Emmys.
Yeah, yeah, and like if this is going in the way of like superhero movies where we're just getting a ton of them, Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I like superhero movies. I don't care what anybody says. Like I know I know people don't like them as much now for some reason, even though they haven't really changed much over the past. Like everybody's like, oh, since Endgame they've been bad, but that's just not true.
Yeah, I think there's been for me, I think there's been some good ones after Endgame, but I'm just confused as to what the overall story is and like why I should care about them. Where
Yeah, I don't think they know.
yeah, exactly. So like that part is kind of confusing.
I
And
just like seeing
recently, I don't know if you saw, they announced that their shows you don't have to watch the shows if you don't want to going forward. Like if you do, it might add a little something, but they're not necessary to the MCU.
Just don't watch
canon.
Secret Invasion.
Oh, yeah, that one's bad. That one's bad.
I will agree that
really
was
bad.
That's a bad show. That's a bad show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, for video games, it's definitely going to become more and more. But I don't know. I'm all for it. I'm excited when I see. I was excited when the Zelda movie got announced. I'm excited to see what they do in the Mario universe. Like I want more. I want more.
Well, I mean, do you have a list of like upcoming
Hold on.
movie adaptations? Because just thinking about it, Jack Black is in 3 franchises. He's in the Mario movie, he's in Borderlands, and he's going to be in Minecraft. And then I guess you can count Jumanji if you want as a video game movie. So,
okay. So I do have a list actually.
all right, what's the list?
Hold on, let me get this. I have it up if you want to have it. It's from IGN.com. For watching video, you can see it. So we got Borderlands on August 9th. I've seen that preview multiple times now, and at first I was kind of lukewarm on it, but now I'm all for it. Like, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Do you think that maybe more people will like it because we don't have a Guardians movie anymore? Like we don't have Guardians of the Galaxy anymore?
Oh, maybe. I think with the star power, like they have Kevin Hart, Kate Blanchett, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I think the star power, I think that's a good cast. Jack Black, even the person that's playing Tina, like she was in the Barbie movie. Like she's pretty well known. So I'm excited. It's gonna be cheese. It's gonna be very cheesy and very campy.
Hey,
and
careful.
That's what I want. Borderlands is campy, like the video game. Like I want it to be weird. Just be weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one. Then we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in December.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft the movie next April.
Okay.
Oh my God, there's a lot. Holy crap.
Oh, so are you overwhelmed by it?
There's a lot. These all have TBA. And I don't know if we're going to see any of these. I don't know if we're going to see a lot of these. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2, definitely seeing that one. Zelda, seeing that. Apparently there's a Ghost of Tsushima movie coming out.
Ooh.
Until Dawn, Gears of War. Oh, Mortal Kombat 2, I think that's coming out at the end of the year. Silent Hill, Death Stranding, Street Fighter, Days Gone. Detective Pikachu 2 is on here. Stray, there's apparently a Stray movie coming out.
I knew about that one, yeah.
BioShock, Space Channel 5, don't know what that is. Comic Zone, like who wants Comic Zone? Who even knows what Comic Zone is?
I don't.
It's like an old Sega Genesis game. Mega Man, that could be fun. Just Cause, Duke Nukem. Who wants a Duke Nukem game? Or not game, but movie. Like it's 2025, 2024.
Yeah,
like,
who
that
plays?
comedy doesn't work.
Yeah.
All
Oh, that one's going to John Cena.
Oh, that would make sense. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Gravity Rush, Dead by Daylight. It takes two. Apparently, he's getting one. Sifu, Slime Rancher, Ark Survival Evolved, Pac-Man movie. I'm actually surprised they haven't done a Pac-Man movie yet.
Yeah, Paul Rudd, I think, was rumored anyway for the Pac-Man movie.
Streets of Rage, Sniper Elite, Toe Jam and Earl. There's a Jack and Daxter. These ones say status unknown. Jack and Daxter. If there's a Jack and Daxter movie, that means we're getting a Jack and Daxter game.
Yeah. It's overdue.
It's Call of Duty, Half-Life, Saints Row. These are all status unknown, so they're probably not going to happen. Portal, Yakuza, Beyond Good and Evil. Whatever happened to that game? Like, they're going to release a movie?
The second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Firewatch, Metal Gear Solid, The Division, Just Dance. Is it going to be like Step Up?
Oh, I hope so. I'm there, man.
Get Channing Tatum back.
Yeah.
Dragon's Lair and Splinter Cell. So those are the movies. Then there's a list.
And you know what? The Just Dance movie will be released on Wii.
Exclusive to Wii.
Yeah.
So that was the movies. There's a list of TV shows. There's not as many, but there's still a lot.
Oh my God! Wait, those were just movies?
Those just movies. Yeah.
Okay. What are
the
shows?
So we got Fallout, which is already out. So we haven't mentioned the Netflix shows. I do think we should bring them up. I have not watched them, but Arcane is supposed to be incredible.
Arcane's good.
There's a Cyberpunk show.
Yep.
Which is apparently really good. Castlevania is apparently really good. I think I started watching Cuphead. I didn't finish it.
Oh, Cuphead's great. Yeah, that's a fun one.
There's a Cuphead show. There's so much. You're right. There's so much video game adaptations and content out there. I don't think it's going to get oversaturated. I think actually looking at these lists, I think it's going to get oversaturated. All right, hold on. All right. We'll go through the TV shows. So we got Fallout, Arcane season 2, and maybe I'll watch. So for the listeners, if you don't know what Arcane is, it's based on League of Legends.
Yes.
So there's the new Tomb Raider show that was just announced by Amazon. That's coming out this
what's
year.
Her name? Apparently. Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Is that her name? Who was in the new Indiana Jones movie?
Oh yeah. She's the showrunner, but she's not Lara Croft. They haven't revealed Lara Croft yet.
Oh,
actually, I don't think they even cast her yet. This says 2024. I don't think that's happening. Then there's Knuckles. There's the Knuckles show that just came out.
Yeah.
Last of Us season 2, which I think is next year. The Witcher season 4. Which, have you watched the Witcher show?
No, but I mean, I've heard people are not happy with it.
The first season was very good. Second season was okay. Third season was terrible. And now it's not. It's going to be a different Geralt. It's going to be Liam Hemsworth. I don't know. There's the God of War show. Horizon, which I think is getting a Lego game as well.
Yeah.
Gears of War is in here too, so they're saying there's a movie and a show for Gears of War.
Okay.
Devil May Cry anime. That'd actually be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted Metal, second season. Assassin's Creed show, apparently.
Netflix, yeah.
Splinter Cell. Another season of Castlevania. Mass Effect show. That could be cool. I love myself some sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
A Plague Tale. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that. Have you played the game?
A lot of rats.
Yeah, it's a lot of rats. It's a lot of rats.
But if you like Ratatouille, maybe it'll be close to that.
I couldn't even like play the game. Like I played part of the game, but it's just too many rats. It's too many rats. And
we don't like rats.
We don't like rats. Nier Automata season 2. There was a Nier Automata show, apparently. That might be Japan only. Disco Elysium, Hunt Showdown, an Alan Wake show, System Shock, a Grounded show.
That's just Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah. Life is Strange. My Friend Pedro, it's like you're like a banana.
Banana.
Yeah.
Huh.
Actually, I don't think you're a banana. I think the thumbnail is a banana, but I don't think you're a banana.
Yeah, it's like you're a person who's like shooting with different angles, right? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. So we're in the status unknown section now. So my friend Pedro is there. Skull and Bones is there.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, Skull and Bones.
Okay. For a game that wasn't
Ubisoft
that well received.
has a very high intentions or lofty expectations. Child of Light and Brothers in Arms.
Did you say Shadows of the Colossus is a movie?
No, I don't see that on here.
Oh, I feel like that would be a good movie.
I mean, it might be out there. I don't know how. Like, this is
just
supposed
give
to be
me Hades. Just give me a Hades series. In the animated
just
style
adapt
that the
my
trailer
favorite
is.
games, all right? Just adapt my favorite games, and I'll be happy. That's all I need. Give me a Bloodborne movie. Give me Super Mario Bros. 3, the movie. So, have you watched the Resident Evil shows?
Is that it? That's your list?
Well, no, I was just thinking Resident Evil. Have you watched Resident Evil movies?
No.
Oh, you should. It's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. Yeah. There's like 8 or 9 of them.
Okay.
And the first one's really good. Like the first couple are really good, and they're like kind of grounded, but then it just gets off the wall, bizarre, and I kind of love them because of it.
So what you're saying is like Fast and Furious?
Yes, just like don't take it serious. That's what I'm hoping Borderlands is like. Just don't take it seriously. Just be weird. Just be weird.
Yeah.
I can't believe there was that many. I mean, most of them don't have dates. They're just all TBA, so they might not even happen.
Most of them are probably going to happen, though. I mean, when you look at the Mario movie, when you look at Sonic, when you look at Last of Us, when you look at Five Nights at Freddy's, like all of these are making money.
I do think so. You think it's going to be oversaturated, right? Like that's what you're worried about?
Kind of, yes.
I do think it's going to be the new superhero movie. The new superhero. Like it's the next thing. Like we went from we had superheroes. Next thing's going to be video game adaptations.
Yeah. I think, let's see, how did we go? We went from cowboy movies to like raunchy comedy movies, maybe, to superhero movies, to video game movies.
Oh, man. Yeah, now I'm thinking late 90s, early 2000s. You had like American Pie and the teenage or whatever they are, the teenage comedies.
Yep.
The teenage horror movies were big back then too, like The Ring, The Grudge.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think video game movies and TV shows are the next thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it will get oversaturated, but we had a good run for superhero movies that are still kicking, but not like as much. But we had a good run for 15 years.
Is this good for the video game industry where it's at right now?
I think so. I think if you're getting more eyes on the properties, it'll be good. But
if you can't make the properties?
What do you mean?
Like how right now AAA games are so expensive and they're not making their money back on them.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I would do if I were Sony, Nintendo's fine. Their budgets aren't that big yet. Like they should have released Mario games closer to the movie, and they would have made a ton. Because we even saw a bump in the Mario games.
Yeah, we did.
When
even
the movie
Mario
came out.
Run Mario Kart on
Mario Run's still getting
tour.
content right now, man. There's a Paper Mario event in Mario Run. Yeah,
Yeah.
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is like in the top 10 because of the movie.
Yeah.
But what I would do if I were, which Sony did this, they re-released Last of Us like right before the first season came out. So they don't have to make a new version of the game. They could just, like, even Fallout, they gave an update, like a next generation update,
Yeah.
like when the show came out. Like, if there's a way where you could capitalize on your existing games with these movies and TV shows, like they should.
Mm-hmm.
I would release updates. I would re-release the game. Ideally, release a new iteration, but that's probably not going to happen.
Are we gonna get video games that are based on the movies that were based on the video games?
Super Mario Bros. The movie, the game.
Yeah.
We haven't had movie adaptation games in a long time.
No. Oh, that's a good way to
Like
steer
the
that
other
into
way.
the conversation.
The other way. Like,
Yeah.
we used to have them all the time. We used to get a game for every movie that came out.
I'm just gonna say it. Cars. Cars the game is so good. I'm not even joking right now. That is a really fun game. If you like something like Need for Speed, but you want to be in Radiator Springs, give Lightning McQueen a paint job. There's all sorts of side quests and races and just like that. It was and the soundtrack, you can't stream it, unfortunately, because it's all licensed music, but it is great. I love it.
So the thing about movie adaptation games,
Yeah.
is they were always terrible. Like, for the most part, they were notoriously terrible.
Yeah.
And the reason they were terrible is because they had a very strict deadline. So they had to release when the movie came out to coincide with the movie.
Are you saying E.T. the game isn't good?
The guy made that in what, 6 months or something?
I have no idea.
It's one of the documentaries he talks about it. I forget what it was, but it was like some ridiculous. I know it was Atari, and it probably didn't take as much to develop a game back then, but yeah, he made it in like 3 or 6 months. I forget what it was.
And it just like randomly will shut off on you, and
I have never played it. I've never played it.
Yeah. No, I haven't either, but I know it's in the landfill somewhere.
But yeah, those licensed movie games were something else. And
do you wish that we got more?
No.
You wouldn't want more right now?
I don't know, because they were always bad. They were always bad.
A lot of people are playing the Mad Max game again.
Oh, really?
Because of Furiosa.
See, again, like I think we were talking about something on Nintendo Powercast, and I forget who said it in the chat, but they said we have to stop thinking movies and TV shows need to advertise the games. But I think like that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
And it clearly works.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're kind of spoiled right now. We haven't really had very bad adaptations lately.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Knuckles, but you and I both haven't seen it, so I don't know if we can really say if it's bad or not, but
yeah,
from what people are saying, is not very good. You just obviously you want them to be taken care of. It's something that you love. It's something that means so much to you that you don't want to see it tarnished.
Yeah. So I think they're doing, now that they're working with the creators, like with Miyamoto, and with like Last of Us, they worked with Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Oh,
think that
Uncharted. We didn't really mention Uncharted.
That was, I think that was a casting error. Like they did the whole thing where they cast big actors to try to
Yeah.
sell the movie. So they casted Tom Holland and Mark
Who
Wahlberg.
also has never played the game.
Oh, he never played it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he was supposed to be a young Nathan Drake,
Yeah.
but he didn't feel like the character to me. And yeah, I think it was just a casting thing. If it was anybody else, like if it was somebody else that was scruffier, I probably would have been okay with it. Have you seen Dune 2?
No, I haven't yet. But who are you thinking?
There's an actor in it that should not have it. Should not have been in that movie.
Oh, really? Who? Is it like one of
Walken.
the? Oh, not good.
It like because he was just himself, and
Well,
for
I mean,
the character
I
he
think,
plays, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I was gonna say I kind of think that's what you're getting. You know, like the last Christopher Walken thing that I remember was Jungle Book, where he played King Louis, the orangutan.
I mean,
And
that
it
makes
works.
sense. It makes sense,
Yeah.
but not for a a sci-fi epic.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there is a part of me that thinks like these people actually aren't good actors. They just play themselves every single time. Like Seth Rogen, he did the voice of Donkey Kong, and it's just Seth Rogen, and I forget what else he was in that I watched recently that he just did the same voice.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that really acting, or you just have a very interesting voice that works well?
I think it's just brand at that point. I mean, he even said that if you want me in the movie, I'm not doing a different voice. Like you're just gonna get me, which pissed a lot of voice actors off because
it would piss me off too. Like if you're just same with Chris Pratt. Like he did a little bit of an accent, but it's Chris Pratt. I think the one that did a really good job was Keegan? Was Keegan?
Yeah, Keegan Michael Key.
He was Toad. Like I couldn't tell it was Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah.
And he has a very distinct voice.
Uh-huh.
Like you would know if it was just his voice, but I think he did a good job.
Yeah.
Of changing his voice. Yeah, Mario movie did the same thing. They got a bunch of big names to try to sell the movie.
And they did.
I mean, it worked.
Yep.
I don't know. We're an hour and 12 minutes in. I don't even know. This was just rambling about video game adaptations.
Yeah, but I think just seeing what is in the future, like obviously there is a lot that we are going to be getting here in the future. So if people are sick of it now, just wait, which I don't know if people are sick of it, but I just know how the internet works is once you get just a little bit more of something and then you get a lot more of something, then you start to hate it. You know, it's like that Community episode, Johnny, where Troy is eating a giant cookie. This is the second time I get to mention this on the show, but he's like, my stomach hurts for some reason, and this cookie is so good, but unless too much of a good thing is a bad thing, you know, like maybe that's where we're headed. Maybe we're just eating the cookie, but soon we're gonna get sick of it.
I don't know. I don't think I will. I mean, I'm not sick of superhero movies, really, so.
Yeah.
We watched the last thing. We watched the Batman again recently. The one that came out.
Oh, the Robert Pattinson? Yeah.
And I don't think that's a good movie.
I'll be honest that I don't really like that movie. I think it's fine. Like, but I don't think that
the beginning of the movie is good. I really like the beginning of the movie, like the detective part and.
Yeah, I just hate though where everyone is like, what's this riddle he's trying to have us figure out? And then Batman like right away is like, you dummies. It's so obvious.
I mean, I get it. He's supposed to be the world's best detective, right? That's his thing.
Yeah, but right away? Right away?
He's like, he's talking about he couldn't figure out the the rat with wings or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever that riddle was. It took him a little bit to figure that one out. But I agree. Like, either like the Riddler sucks
Uh-huh.
or he's just a genius. But I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that movie.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people loved it.
I think it was like 3 movies in one. You ever have that where they don't know if they're going to get a sequel, so they have all these storylines planned out and they want to get them into the movie somehow, and then it just feels like a mess.
Before we leave, is there going to be a video game adaptation that is a 2-parter? And which one will it be?
A 2-part, like Infinity War and Endgame style?
Sure. I don't know. Right? Like what popped in my head is Wicked, the musical. It's going to be 2-parter.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think a lot of people know.
I'm not happy about that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Wicked?
I've never seen it. No.
The reason I'm not happy about it is because the second act is not as good as the first act.
Yeah, and I think they're stopping after Defying Gravity.
Yeah, because that's where the first act ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not happy about that. I mean, The Last of Us would have been perfect for that because they have a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, I guess maybe that counts, but
Zelda could be 2 parts. The first part could be him doing all the, like, for Ocarina of Time, you get all the sages first. Like, it could be him finding all the sages, and then the second part will be him getting the Triforce and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the first movie is getting the band back together?
Yeah. Oh, I can't think of anything else.
All right. Well, I think we've talked about this at nauseum.
Oh, I forgot to mention something at the beginning. I wanted to do it and I forgot. But if you're still here listening, you're the reason why I'm mentioning this. We are going to hit 10,000 audio plays or downloads or whatever it is with this episode.
That's amazing.
So, that's awesome. Thank you to everybody listening. 10,000 in only a little over a year, really. Like
yeah.
And when you add on to the YouTube views and stuff, like we're doing it. We're doing the thing.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone that is listening and supporting. Johnny, where can people find you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and the Nintendo Powercast.
And you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Nintendo Powercast, CheezyC64, CheezyC64. Please leave your comments and questions for anything related to video game adaptations. Let us know how you feel about them. And Johnny, what are your closing words?
I hope the second Super Mario Bros. Movie is actually good.